Present.
Gloucester.
Enjoy yourself.
Deputy Chief Harkins. Here. Parliament. Curtis.
Here. We're at the first public portion. This is only for agenda items only. Is there anyone? Mr. Paldor? Very well. Part of our AV team.
Good evening, Councilor Ray Paldor, Arrow. Just a real quick short question on item 109 is the budget. The budget was not online. It's not posted on the line. Is we believe that that's not going to be heard tonight?
Is it? No, it will be. There's an introduction of it. This packet that the BA will introduce to council. Do you want to add anything to that, Tom?
No, the council has received the budget. Traditionally, what has happened is the administration, the mayor and the administration put forth a budget to the council. Council introduces that budget. Council then forms a subcommittee, reviews the budget, makes recommendations for changes. If there are changes, then there'll be an amendment coincidental with the public hearing.
And we'll post that introduced budget within the next few.
Yeah, by state statute, we have to send it to the state within 3 days of the introduction, and we also have to post it to the website within 3 days of the introduction.
Okay. Was it not usually customary that when you would begin to introduce or announce the budget that would normally go up ahead of time? No items?
No,
Okay. Like I said, with not seeing any details in there, I just thought maybe
it did not.
you rethought it. All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll close the first public portion. Proclamation.
Whereas service to others is a hallmark of the American character and central to how we meet our challenges. And whereas the nation's cities are increasingly turning to national service and volunteerism as a cost-effective strategy to meet their needs. And whereas AmeriCorps and Senior Corps participants address the most pressing challenges facing our communities, from educating students for the jobs of the 21st century and supporting veterans and military families, to providing health services and helping communities recover from natural disasters. And whereas national service expands economic opportunities by creating more sustainable, resilient communities and providing education, career skills, and leadership abilities for those who serve. And whereas AmeriCorps and Senior Corps participants serve in more than 50,000 locations across the country, bolstering the civic, neighborhood, and faith-based organizations that are so vital in our economic and social well-being. And whereas national service participants increase the impact of the organizations they serve, both through their direct service and by managing millions of additional volunteers. And whereas national service represents a unique public-private partnership that invests in community solutions and leverages non-federal resources to strengthen community impact and increase the return on taxpayer dollars. And whereas national service participants demonstrate commitment, dedication, and patriotism by making an intensive commitment to service, a commitment that remains with them in their future endeavors. And whereas the Corporation for National and Community Service shares a priority with country officials and mayors nationwide to engage citizens, improve lives, and strengthen communities, and is joining with the National League of Cities, National Association of Counties, Cities of Service, and mayors and county officials across the country for the Mayor and County Recognition Day for the National Service on April 5th, 2016. Therefore, it is resolved that David Mayer, and Orlando Mercado, President of Council of the Township of Gloucester, do hereby proclaim April 5th, 2016 as National Service Recognition Day, and encourage residents to recognize the positive impact of national service in our county, to thank those who serve, and to find ways to give back to their communities.
Minutes.
Waive the reading and accept the minutes of regular minutes, January 25th, February 8th, February 22nd, and March 14th.
Entertain a motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters? Yes. Mr. Mignone?
Yes.
Mrs. Trotta?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes to all with an abstention from the March 14th meeting.
And an executive session of January 25th, 2016.
Oh, you didn't include that, okay. Yes, we'll do that. Second, is there a second?
Second.
On the question, roll call for the executive session?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters? Yes. Mr. Mignone?
Yes.
Mrs. Trotta?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. Bids,
Municipal building parking lot improvements.
entertain a motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call?
Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters? Yes. Mr. Mignone?
Yes.
Mrs. Trotta?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes, next we'll have our resolutions on the consent agenda. Any council member that would like to remove any of those resolutions, please speak up. Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept the consent agenda as presented.
I move.
Second.
On the question, roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mignone?
Yes.
Mrs. Trotta?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Resolution 108, resolution considering application of Apple New Jersey LLC for person-to-person transfer of plenary retail consumption license held by 2001 College Drive. LLC.
Mr. Carlmer, is there anything to add to this?
No, nothing to add, everything seems to be in order through the clerk's office.
Okay, I entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
On the question, roll call.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mignone?
Yes.
Mrs. Trotta?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes.
Resolution 109, resolution introducing the 2016 calendar year budget.
Mr. Cars, do you want to add anything to that?
The proposed budget is, in the appropriation area, is $1,017,000, I'm rounding, higher than the prior budget that was adopted. It has total appropriations of $57,950,948. The amount to be raised by taxation has increased. It is increased by $4,536,546, and that is because of several factors, mainly on the revenue side. Dealing with the surplus, we were also adversely affected by that storm. We have two applications right now for FEMA aid, one in the amount of $1,600,000 for the June 23rd storm. We have not received anything on that yet. We do anticipate receiving monies in the neighborhood of 1.2 to 1.3 million on that. The other storm was the snowstorm that we had, which was also declared an emergency, and we have an application of approximately $600,000 for that storm. And again, we have not heard back on it, but we do anticipate receiving funding on that. So right now, we are still $174,722 below the tax levy cap, based on the calculation of the new tax levy for 2016 and what monies we have banked.
Normally we have a subcommittee that's put together 3 council members. We'll take a look at the budget, make our recommendations back to the other members of council. We'll discuss that at the workshop. And if anyone has an interest in it, please let me know after the meeting or the next week leading up to the workshop. With that, I entertain a motion to accept the introduction of the budget. Once again, this is an introduction of the budget. It's not passing the budget, it's introducing the budget.
I move to introduce.
I'll second.
On the question. Roll call, please.
Mr. Hutchison?
Yes.
Mr. Schmidt?
Yes.
Mrs. Winters?
Yes.
Mr. Mignone?
Yes.
Mrs. Trotta?
Yes.
Mr. Mercado?
Yes. We have one e-gov from Peter Heinbaugh, 2 Morningstar Court, Sicklerville. This is a question related to agenda item. When will the 2016 introduced budget be placed on the township's website's downloads page? Within the next 3 days, so by the end of the week. We have our second public portion. Anyone wishing to speak, please raise your hand. Mr. Polidoro.
Hi again, Ray Polidoro, Ariel. like to congratulate all the ladies that were recognized and received awards this evening. Very nice event. One of the things that troubled me when the conversation was going on with the artificial turf, the non-definitive amount of fields when it started, now that we've got 3, 4 maybe fields, why you did not prioritize the Field of Dreams. It's been such an important item and has dragged along for so long. Why the Field of Dreams would not have been put on now, why it would wait.
Well, originally, we had included that as far as one of the alternatives. We have zeroed in on having 4 fields, 2 at Community Park, 3 at Community Park and 1 at Valley Brook. Soccer, mixed use with field hockey or lacrosse at Highland, football, and soccer. With the Field of Dreams, I know that there's a committee that continues to raise money for it. I don't have a total estimate of what the cost would be. I don't know, Tom, do you have anything to?
I think it was close to $600,000.
$600,000? Okay.
For the Field of Dreams?
Yep.
Do a whole soccer field for $600,000. It's a baseball field, it's an infield and an outfield. It couldn't possibly cost that.
It still has to be prepped the same way that the soccer fields are prepped, and then it's laid down on top of that. The estimate, again, I believe it was between $500,000 and $600,000.
Not for nothing, but the pomp and circumstance and the picture taken and the shovels and everything, which was an important item back when you guys introduced the Field of Dreams. I would have thought that this would be a phenomenal opportunity. If you're going to spend that money, Field of Dreams would be a great idea this year. I know there's not, and forgive me, but I'm sure there's an opportunity to utilize that pomp and circumstance again next year. But I think maybe putting those kids ahead of all that this year, if you're going to spend that money, that would be one of the more advantageous fields to put that on this year, to get these kids that may not necessarily be able to play or participate a year down the road. I think you should reconsider and put the Field of Dreams on this year. With enough soccer fields and football fields for the other facilities, I think the Field of Dreams should be first and foremost in the first batch of fields. And I think you should reconsider.
The reason for the recommendation of the 4th field being placed at Gloucester Township Community Park and for the use of lacrosse and field hockey was because of the high demand for lacrosse and field hockey. Those organizations represented themselves well, and we wanted to make sure that today we're also taking care of them. I understand what you're saying. That was part of the plans, but that was an option that was further out on the list of fields that we had.
These kids saw shovels, pictures of shovels, years ago of this thing coming to fruition. And if you're doing 2 fields already at the community park, you're gonna have 2 luxurious fields at that same park that there's gonna be nothing but old grass and beat up field, which is supposed to be the Field of Dreams. I really think you should consider and make that Field of Dreams doable this year. I think one other field may be able to wait. Soccer, football, everybody's an equal to play the game and play the sport, whether it be the parents, the children, or the general public. But for all that went into the idea of the Field of Dreams and all that was talked about from that chair, from President Bianchini, wanting that field, and I believe in his heart of hearts he wanted that field to happen as quickly as possible. Now I know that there's quite a bit of money still sitting around that was raised privately. Let's find out how we can make that Field of Dreams, whether it be can you mix private funds and the raised funds, so the bond funds to make that field happen this year? Because it's over 100,000, right?
Now, there is a baseball field that is tied into the Valley Brook complex that is going to be turf field. So, I mean, I don't know if that could be used to in lieu of.
Well, I think you brought up some excellent points, Ray, and I think that's something that we should revisit and have a conversation with the administration and the mayor about it. It's long overdue, so I agree with some of your comments.
It would be a great idea because, when you watch the physical disabilities of some of the children be able to use that field, there are some who are not staying at a plateau. They're going downward in their physical abilities. 1 year could make the world of difference to those kids and would be very important to their parents and the people that love them to see them get that opportunity when a year from now they may not necessarily be able to do that. And I surely do hope that you do revisit that and change your mind on that and make that field happen this year.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll close the second public portion. Calling the directors.
Mr. Wagner? Deputy Chief Harkins? Mr. Carlemere?
Nothing to report.
Mr. Cordez?
Nothing to report.
Mr. Hutchinson?
I think it was wonderful that the town gave the awards tonight. I think it's even more wonderful that the recipients have contributed to this town as much as they've done over the past few years. Thank you all for coming.
Mr. Schmidt?
Congratulations to all the honorees this evening, and thank you.
Mrs. Brenner?
I'd like to congratulate all the nominees. It's amazing all the things that they can do and the good that they bring to the town.
Mrs. Furno?
Congratulations to all of the award recipients. Thank you for coming out and have a good week.
Mr. Mercado?
Congratulations to all our honorees. I also want to thank my colleagues on council because I think you do a remarkable job of making all our honorees feel special when you introduce them. So thank you very much. If anyone's available to run Gloucester Township's 5K, that's on April 9th. Sure. And in addition to that, we have several openings that are taking place this weekend for our various little leagues, Blackwood Kiwanis, Aerial Little League, and GT Baseball. If you have an opportunity to stop by and catch a game, feel free to do so. It's their opening weekend, followed by Glendora in a few weeks. So, with that being said, thank you very much for your comments. Thank you for coming out this evening. Entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second. All in favor? Thank you very much. Have a great evening.